The Iliad, the chessboard war of gods and men. In the Iliad, the chessboard becomes the stage for the epic conflict of the Trojan War, with gods and mortals alike as players and pieces in a grand game of fate, honor, and wrath. The two sides, Achaians, Greeks, and Trojans, clash in battles fueled by divine intervention and human passion. Each move mirrors the progression of the war, from the siege of Troy to the climactic duel between Achilles and Hector. The chess game plays out as a balance of strategy, strength, and divine will, with the ultimate goal of capturing Troy represented by the Trojan king while preserving the honor of the Greek leaders represented by the Greek king. The opening, the wrath of Achilles. 45. White Greeks makes the first move, symbolizing their siege of Troy after Paris abducts Helen. Black Trojans counters, prepared to defend their city with equal ferocity. F3 and C6. The Greek knight in F3 represents Achilles, the central figure of the epic, entering the fray with unmatched prowess. The Trojan knight in C6 symbolizes Hector, their champion and Achilles' ultimate rival. D4 EX D4. White sacrifices a pawn. D4, reflecting the Greeks' early losses in the war, as the Trojans fiercely defend their city. Black captures EX D4, signaling Trojan victories under Hector's leadership. The mid-game, gods and mortals intervene. The chessboard becomes increasingly complex as both sides bring their bishops, rooks, and queens into play. These pieces symbolize the gods and mortals whose actions determine the course of the war. BC4 BC5. White's bishop BC4 represents Odysseus, the clever strategist aiding the Greek cause. Black's bishop BC5 mirrors Aeneas, a Trojan hero destined to survive and carry Troy's legacy forward. D6. White castles 00, symbolizing the Greek coalition's efforts to regroup and consolidate their strength after internal conflicts, such as Achilles' withdrawal. Black's pawn D6 represents the unyielding defense of Troy. 1 rupee BG4. White's rook 1 rupee moves to attack, reflecting Agamemnon's leadership and the renewed Greek offensives. Black's bishop BG4 represents Paris, whose actions, though cowardly, continue to influence the war's events. The endgame, the death of Hector. The final moves focus on the climactic duel between Achilles and Hector, the turning point of the war. H3 BX F3. White's pawn H3 attacks, representing Achilles returning to the battlefield after the death of Patroclus. Black's bishop captures BX F3, symbolizing Hector's steadfast defense and his acceptance of fate. QX F3 QE7. White's queen QX F3 moves decisively, symbolizing the intervention of the gods, Athena aiding Achilles, while Apollo supports Hector. Black's queen QE7 counters, highlighting the divine tug of war over human destiny. Rad 1 Rad 8. Both sides bring their rooks into the fray, symbolizing the final mobilization of forces. The Greek rooks represent the encircling siege of Troy, while the Trojan rooks reflect their desperate defense. QG6 HXG6. White's queen QG6 delivers the decisive strike, symbolizing Achilles' victory over Hector. The capture of the queen signals the doom of Troy as Hector's death demoralizes its defenders. RxD8 RxD8. White's rook captures RxD8, representing the Greek strategic triumph. The sacrifice of Hector marks the beginning of the end for the Trojans. RD7. White's rook RD7 delivers checkmate, symbolizing the fall of Troy and the Greeks' ultimate victory, though at great cost.